effective left foot in, and Villarreal has given Atletico the lead. Long shot from Cristiano Ronaldo, and what a goal from Ronaldo! Golpea Messi! Nega, he's got a shot on goal for Madrid!
Losing his footing is an opportunity for Real Sociedad. It's 1-0 to Real Sociedad.
Ramos in front of him. Leo Messi equalises for football.
Handed Barcelona the title. Barcelona are the champions of...
Good evening, welcome to the Santiago Bernabeu. It's Madrid, it's Real Madrid against Sevilla. Real Madrid starting off with this evening. Diego Lopez is in goal, back forward Marcelo Varane, Sergio Ramos, and down below ahead of them Ilara and Khedira will do the defensive midfield work alongside them. Isco, Bale, Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's have a look at the Sevilla lineup. They'll line up with Beto in goal, back forward Figueres, Pareja, Carico and Fernando Navarro ahead of them. Mbia, Rakitic, Alberto Moreno, Jairo, Baca and Vitalos. Some interesting players there. Rakitic is playing. His fellow Croat is, as Pete said, on the bench for Real Madrid this evening. Rakitic, really the engine of this Sevilla team. Jose Teixeira Vitienes is about to get us underway. Real Madrid will be playing in their classic all-white strip against the Sevilla, of course, had to change from their all-white strip into a sort of almost Borussia Dortmund kind of strip. A little boost to their confidence, maybe. It'll be Sevilla attacking the goal to her left and Real Madrid attacking the goal to our right. Arbeloa just pushing it forward there. Khedira will just lift this over. We'll have to see how Bale performs. He's not really done it so far. I mean, we're only a few weeks into the season, but a lot is expected of Gareth Bale.
And also the excuse, and it's a valid excuse to a certain extent, but the excuse about the pre-season is not going to last forever because you know, he had that 2-week international break of intensive training, and I'm not sure fitness is the biggest problem, to be honest. I think it's more a case of he doesn't fit in at the moment to Ancelotti's team, and Ancelotti's not quite sure what his best team is.
Ilara, they're just moving it out to Arbeloa. Arbeloa just flick it in, looks for the 1-2 with Benzema. The ball cut back inside. But I imagine Bale won't lack motivation, certainly. Did look a little bit disappointed on the bench when he was substituted in the Camp Nou, and it just got the feeling that wasn't the way he thought things would be panning out when he made that move to come under the orders of Carlo Ancelotti. First free kick of the game awarded to Sevilla. Rakitic will just push that back to Carico. He finds Beto. Beto will get his first touch of the game.
The good thing about Ancelotti is he's not going to lose his calm. He's seen it all before. He's had the uppity presidents and the supporters upset, and he just takes it all in his stride. He's been so impressive in the pre-match press conferences and the post-match press conferences. And of course, he knows that although the league is important, what really matters this year also is the Champions League, and they've made such a good start in that competition.
It is, isn't it? It's a kind of switch from other leagues where the national championship is so important. I think that's maybe connected to the fact that it's a given there will be Barca or Real Madrid. So you've got to set your targets. If Real Madrid can take the attitude, well, Barca might, you know, they'll probably win the league. Let's just go one step above and go for the champions.
Yeah, and it's also the obsession with winning the decima, isn't it? Winning the 10th, and that's the one thing that keeps Florentino Perez awake at night.
As you said, they made a fine start this season, and almost certainly will be going through to the next phase. We'll see where it takes them from there. Of course, last season didn't quite work out for the two Spanish giants. Marcelo there under pressure. The ball picked up by Sergio Ramos. Ramos will slip it back inside to a very impressive Varane. Certainly one of the revelations of the season. The young Frenchman, as Khedira picks up now. Inside to Isco. Isco had a strong start to the season. He's been rested recently because of a little drop in form, but be interesting to see how he plays this evening. Isco just dropping it off there to Ilara. Ilara will push it back into the young Spanish international. This is Below a little flick to Bale. Benzema inside the box. That's a good move, and that was a fine chance from Isco. Just looking at how he's going to perform this evening. Wonderful run. Did almost everything right there, Pete.
Yeah, great combination football from Bale and Benzema. Bale was criticised by Ancelotti after the Barcelona game for not combining well enough for his teammates, and he did it there. And the closer Isco is to goal, the better he is. That sounds a daft thing to say, but he hasn't quite got the legs to be that up and down midfield player. Whereas if he's right behind the striker in that number 10 position, he's superb.
Well, there's some wonderful movement there from Isco, and ever so close. Have a look at this again. Just, you know, you're supposed to say he didn't do everything right, but he did. It just wide of the post, so still 0-0. But Real Madrid have started brightly. Marcelo combining with Cristiano Ronaldo, who's hugging the left touchline so far in the opening moments of this game. Ball picked up by Varane. Everybody inside the Sevilla half, except, of course, Diego Lopez. Bale pushing him back to the right back, Arbeloa. He's under a lot of pressure now, I think, from Carvajal.
He looks good, doesn't he, Carvajal? He looks so good going forward, much better than Arbeloa, but obviously Arbeloa is strong normally defensively.
Arbeloa, of course, not only supported by Ancelotti, but also by the national team manager. It's not always flavour of the month. Although the Bernabeu crowd, Peter, very demanding set of fans, haven't they? They've already picked out Khedira, Benzema, Arbeloa up to a point as players that they may not want to be here for too long.
Well, Benzema takes most of the stick, doesn't he? He really has received it this season, and with that miss against Juventus in the last in the game before the Clasico, when he fired over from 2 yards out and was taken off shortly afterwards. It's always a 50-50 thing, though. You always get half the Bernabeu booing and whistling, and the other half trying to give their support.
Well, there was a similar story last season with Mourinho. There's been a similar story in the battle between Casillas and Diego Lopez, which of course is being won at the moment by Diego Lopez. And we'll have to see what happens in the transfer window. Back to the action in Sevilla now with their first movements forward. That's a good ball out to Jairo into the side netting. And if you, depending where you were sitting there, you might have thought that was it. It was a good run and a good effort from young Jairo. Spent some of his youth days here with Real Madrid.
It's a good prospect, Jairo. Came in from Racing Santander in the summer. Obviously they lost Navas, and I think they see him eventually as being Navas' replacement.
As Real Madrid pick up the ball now with Ronaldo. Ronaldo combining with Marcelo. Marcelo push it back to Sergio Ramos. Ramos loves to cut the ball across field and normally does it with some success. Ilara picks up. Oh, and you could see the stroking of the ball. It was a lovely pass, if it can be, but it was to the opposition. Rakitic now looks for and finds Vitolo. Vitolo just inside the area. Vitolo will just drop it back to Rakitic. It was a good lunge there from Arbeloa.
He sat up nicely there, didn't it, for Imbia, but he didn't hit it.
Interesting to see if he is still carrying that knock. Benzema at the other end. It's switch. Bale makes it 1-0, and he needed that goal. Soon as he got it at his feet, you thought this could be the outcome, and Gareth Bale gets them up on their feet in the Bernabeu. 13 minutes gone. It's Real Madrid 1, Sevilla 0. Gareth Bale gets his £100 million goal. And it was well taken, Pete.
Well, that must lift so much weight off of his shoulders. It's been such a difficult start for him. Isco makes it down the left-hand side, and this is what Bale does very well, and what he can do well when he's playing on the right. Make that diagonal run, come inside on his left foot, and bang, what a finish.
I think what's impressive about this strike, and it won't be the first time we've said this, but Bale gets that combination of power and accuracy that just makes it very difficult for the keeper.
Absolutely, it's just slightly flat dive maybe from Beto, but still top corner, and he's that close in that, and you can see from the smile on his face there, brilliant.
And all the flashlights. So Gareth Bale opens the score in Sevilla. We'll wonder about whether they'll change their game plan. At the moment, I think not. I think Unai Emery will be happy to keep things tight to the back.
Exactly, because you get that relax, and you get that just taking the foot off the pedal in the second half from Real Madrid. So if you can stay with them and keep it at just one goal, then you have a chance late on. But well, you can twist statistics around to suit whatever argument you want. And the thing about Bale is he's now made 3 starts, and from those 3 starts he scored twice, so that doesn't sound too bad at all.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Just taps it inside there. Played a spread out to Arbeloa.
Terrible defending from Sevilla, you have to say. I mean, Bale coming inside on his left foot on the edge of the area. He had space and he had time. And you know, they're playing with 3 central defenders plus a holding midfielder. Why was he allowed so much space? I've been disappointed by Emery since he's taken over at Sevilla. I think he's a great coach.
Hold on a minute, as Marcelo comes into the box. It's cleared by Alberto Moreno. As Pete mentioned, he's playing in midfield, but really is an additional defender as Sevilla look to break down this momentum that Real Madrid have got going. A chance to see Bale's opening goal at the Bernabeu.
Well, they throw themselves in front of him, but it's too late, because a player of Bale's class needs half a second. He gets out of his feet and hits it.
And Lara inside for Khedira. Khedira looks up and finds Arbeloa. Arbeloa spots the raised arm from Benzema. He's got Bale outside him. Gareth Bale back inside to the Frenchman. Little 1-2. Bale, and it's a fine save by Beto.
It's having a good start, isn't he?
You did mention that he's been asked to combine more, and this was another example of great combining play between Bale and Benzema.
This is something Benzema does very well. He gets criticised for his finishing and for his poor goals return at times, but he's very good in terms of linking up play.
Sergio Ramos just gave the ball away there, but Rakitic unable to take advantage of it. Marcelo just pushing it forward now to Cristiano Ronaldo. He combines with Khedira, a little back heel to Ilaria. Ilaria will find Arbeloa. Arbeloa has got Benzema out to his right. Bale has slipped inside, and that's the kind of movement that Ancelotti will be happy about. If the front 3, in particular Benzema and Bale, can lose their markers and switch between right and central forward, it's always a bit of a pain for the centre halves and full-backs to work out. So far, though, Cristiano Ronaldo not getting involved. He's firmly out there on the left-hand side as Khedira picks up, plays it inside to Marcelo. Marcelo with a long ball forward, and they were looking for a flag. They didn't get one, and a little flick on there from Ronaldo would have caused a lot of problems for Beto. So we get a chance to see the combination just moments ago between Benzema and Gareth Bale.
Again, the defending from Sevilla is terrible. Fernando Navarro is playing left centre-back tonight as a converted left-back, so he ought to be happy in that position, and he gets completely the wrong side of Bale, and Bale's able to get the shot away. Emery worked such wonders with Almeria. Didn't have the greatest squad, no money, of course. Got them promoted. They finished 8th the first season they came up, and they were just very hard to play against. Scored a lot of goals from set pieces, and you thought maybe Sevilla would be a similar sort of project for him. But he's coming up not too far away from a year in the job now, and there's just no signs that they're finding any sort of form.
And there is talent in the Sevilla ranks, Pete, which is mystified as Ronaldo on the edge of the area. Still Cristiano Ronaldo. He's been shielded away by 4 or 5 players. He still gets the shot in, but into the hands of Beto. And certainly, if you look at this Sevilla team, the talent in the ranks would imply that they should be higher up the table than 11th. And away form is one of the reasons they're not. Isco inside to Gareth Bale.
And again, he's got so much space. All the Real Madrid forwards need to do is drop off slightly, and they're in space, because the back five, as it is for Sevilla, sinks so deep.
Bale just floats it in and did so under pressure. A little bit too much on it for Cristiano Ronaldo. Picked up by Isco. Isco sell for the corner. Well, the Sevilla defenders are saying otherwise. Let's have another look at that. Certainly looked like a corner from the first impressions, but good run inside by Marcelo. And apart from one shot into the side netting from Jairo, it's been Real Madrid who have dominated. 20 minutes gone, just the one goal to show for it, but you get the feeling this is a game with more goals.
More Real Madrid goals, unfortunately, if you're a Sevilla supporter. Moreno's getting the run around from Bale and now from Benzema.
Benzema's got Bale there. Bale will line this one up. Oh! Well, I did say he gets the power and the precision. This time just missing the precision, though.
He's the best player on the pitch at the moment. But again, he's inside the penalty area, and there's no one anywhere near him. Rakitic is the closest to him. Well, Rakitic is supposed to be the furthest forward midfielder on the pitch for Sevilla. It's a shocking first 20 minutes from Sevilla defensively.
Maybe they don't know who he is.
They haven't seen much of him this season.
The ball's given away by Real Madrid. In midfield, Rakitic receives from Bacca. Bacca will continue his run. It's a lovely ball from the Croatian. Still a chance there. Oh, and that was really almost set up for Jairo. And we'll have to have a look again. Looked as if he slipped in anticipation of the ball coming across and missed a chance there. And that was a real opening for Sevilla. But it's Cristiano Ronaldo at the other end. He's just leaned on, goes down. It'll be a free kick in favour of Real Madrid. We'll get a chance to look at that almost chance for Sevilla. It was a delightful ball through, Pete.
From Rakitic, yeah, and it's Bacca's cross. Bacca really needs to be in the middle to put that away, unfortunately. But he can't do both. The closest to it, I think, is Vitolo, isn't it? Or is it Jairo?
I think it was Jairo, but he just didn't really get to grips with that ball.
You get so few chances in the Bernabeu, you have to take them.
Bento, the ex-Braga keeper, will face fellow Portuguese international here, Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo steps. Oh, he's tricked us all there. Yeah, I think Benzema didn't really expect that one either. Marcelo now tries to recover something from this free kick, but it's Jairo. Oh, a little nutmeg there on Ilari. He won't like that. Marcelo recovers the ball, but gives away a free kick. In the process, it'll be a Sevilla ball on the far side. Yes, we were all a little bit baffled. We were expecting the standard Cristiano Ronaldo free kick, and he...
Well, it's the first time I've ever seen him do it, and I think it might be the last time as well, because it didn't work, did it? It confused everybody.
I'd have to go with you on that. I can't remember the last time he was so generous on a free kick. It's a free kick for Sevilla. It'll be Rakitic who just pushes it inside. Vitolo.
Rakitic now playing behind Mbia to try to get Sevilla going, but he's on his own out there.
You often find that with the sort of higher quality players like Rakitic. Hold on a minute, as the ball's played in and the snapshot goes over the crossbar. But I was just saying about Rakitic, higher quality players, if they're not getting the ball, will naturally, instinctively just drop back, won't they? And they have become a little bit of a one-man team this season. Sevilla, a couple of times I've seen them this season, and he's done that. And he's tried to get them going at one end and then finish the moves at the other end. He got a very late equaliser for them. I think it was against Rayo Vallecano a couple of match days back. It might have even been a winner, in fact. But he is so important to them. Well, there's no free kick. Jairo was convinced that Isco brought him down. As that's not going to be really much of a debate. A free kick in favour of Real Madrid, and indeed the first card of the game for Alberto Moreno. I think the referee Teixeira Vitien is just deciding, look, that is a yellow, because there's absolutely no chance that you're going to go anywhere near the ball on that one.
Well, he'll be hoping that Vicente Del Bosque's not watching tonight, Alberto Moreno, because he's made such a bad start. He's up against two of the best players in the world, Bale and Ronaldo. They've now swapped wings, so Ronaldo's getting a run at him, and it's not going too well for him.
That's very disheartening, isn't it? You're facing Bale and he goes, you think, oh, look who it is. Ronaldo takes over. Bale, though, with the free kick, wonderfully swung in towards the penalty spot. Isco takes a wild swing at it, but the ball is brought away by Sevilla in the form of Carico, and he'll draw the free kick. Isco sort of makes up for his little flash at the ball there, and it's 25 minutes gone. Real Madrid lead in Sevilla 1-0. Gareth Bale, the scorer. As Real Madrid not allowing Sevilla to bring the ball out easily here. Rakitic loses out, is picked up by Isco. Little standard Isco move there. I don't know how to describe it. It's that little drag back reverse.
One of the reasons why he's been likened to Zidane, isn't it? I think there's a lot more to Zidane's game, and there's a long way to go before he can be mentioned in the same breath, really. But that's one of the reasons why people have looked at him and said very similar to Zidane in some respects.
Ball's picked up by Khedira. He finds Arbeloa playing inside. Little tap there from Fernando Navarro. That's not like him, is it, Fernando Navarro? He doesn't normally make contact. Well, maybe he does. Cristiano Ronaldo be happy with the free kick position. Be interesting to see if he does what he does last time. We think not.
No, I suspect not. And is the referee pulled a card out here or not? Because it was pretty cynical. Nowhere near the ball from Fernando Navarro, but I think he's got away with it.
Well, as the judge would do, he's got no past record.
It's Bale placing the ball down. I think maybe we're going to see Ronaldo let Bale take this. Do you want to have a quick sweepstake?
I was going to say, he's never done that for anyone since he was 7 years old in the playground. Surely he's not going to let Gareth Bale have a go. Well, he's got the stance though, hasn't he? Bale with the Ronaldo stance, strikes out, he gets a goal, and Bale makes it 2 in the first half, and Cristiano Ronaldo's decision to let him go is justified, but there was just a little touch of luck on that one as it came off the wall, totally the other way. Beto smiles, that's all he can do, really.
Well, I'll tell you what, if tonight was all about boosting Gareth Bale's confidence, then it's absolutely working perfectly, the plan. Let's see who it hits. It hits someone in the wall. It might even be Alberto Moreno. It is. Moreno's on the end of the wall. It might even be his hand. He's having an absolute shocker, and that just tops the lot. He's palmed that past his own goalkeeper.
Well, obviously Alberto Moreno is in on this great conspiracy you mentioned to make Gareth Bale happy in Spain, because he pushed that ball in with his hand. So in a way, Alberto Moreno's probably glad it went into the net, and instead of a penalty claim and a possible second yellow card, and Sevilla down to 10 men. As it is, they're 2-0 down in the Bernabeu, and it's looking very tough for the Andalusians at the moment. Bale lifted by the 2 goals there. Little flick. Didn't quite come off, but it's a Real Madrid ball, and ball with Varane. Varane, who I've just been reminded is playing. I think he got a couple of touches in the first couple of minutes, but most of the time the ball has been at the other end of the field. Diego Lopez will be happy to see the yellow object. Ball should be out for a throw-in in favour of the All-Whites. Ronaldo back on the left-hand side, combining with Marcelo. He's always never really short of a word or two, is he, Cristiano Ronaldo, with the opponents?
No, with the opponents and also with his own teammates, and he's really emerged this season almost as the captain, although obviously it's Casillas who's taken the armband from... sorry, not Casillas, Ramos who's taken the armband from Casillas. Ronaldo very much the talisman and the leader of this team now.
Do you think, how much importance do you think that has in the modern day game? You know, whether Ramos or Ronaldo is the captain, what sort of influence do you think?
Well, Real Madrid have this very old-fashioned tradition, don't they? That you cannot be the captain unless you've been at the club longer than any other player, and often that throws up some very strange ones. You get someone in who takes the armband who doesn't really fit, and I think Ronaldo makes the great Real Madrid captain. Then again, as does Ramos. I think you always have 2 or 3 leaders, don't you, in a team, and obviously only one of them can wear the armband.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that the man wearing the armband is the one that all the players follow and listen to.
No.
Back to the action, it's Isco tried to dance his way all the way through, came across Fernando Navarro, who's given the ball away, and Real Madrid have it again. Marcelo, Benzema might have just been straying offside. Bale tries to trick his way round the back 6 or 7 or 8 of Sevilla as they give the ball away. Inevitably, Real Madrid will be given the ball almost immediately because there's nobody in the other half of the field. Marcelo picks up for Real Madrid. Half hour gone, it's Real Madrid 2, Sevilla 0. Both goals going into the net from the feet of Gareth Bale. Well, the first one from the foot of Gareth Bale, the second one also getting a little bit of a hand from Alberto Moreno. Isco goes down. Is that going to be given? It is, and Real Madrid get a chance to make it 3. I'd like to see it again because, of course, the referee has to be sure if he's going to give a penalty. Isco's face there doesn't look like a man convinced, but it's Fernando Navarro. Oh, I'm going to turn to the expert here, Pete.
Well, I'm going to need a third look at it. I'm not sure. I think it's a generous one. Oh, the arm comes across here, and the other. Well, that's outside the area, isn't it? So it is Ronaldo taking it. I thought maybe Bale would.
Ronaldo steps up, makes it 3-0. Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 0. I was with you there. I thought he might have given it to Gareth Bale to make the fairy tale true, but Ronaldo wants to keep his goal-scoring record up, and he makes it Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 0. A nice little touch there from Ronaldo with Beto. Obviously, they're friends. Looking at the penalty again, if there is an infringement, it's outside the area, surely.
It's outside the area. It's not with his feet, Navarro. It's the arms across the in front of Isco. It's slightly generous, but what about the penalty? He dives the right way, Beto, but he's never going to get near that. It's hit so hard, it's in the back of the net so quickly.
You look at it in slow-mo, and he just isn't going to get there, is he? As you said, the balls just kept going in to the net as he tries to get his arms across to it. Oh, little shirt pull there on Bakker, which Varane got away with. Bakker looks to get the ball back. He felt he was fouled, so he fouled somebody else. That somebody else being Sergio Ramos. It'll be a free kick to Real Madrid in their own penalty area.
One thing I would say about the penalty, I thought that the penalty on Saturday against Ronaldo was more of a penalty than that was, for example. So these are the swings and roundabouts.
You know what's clever about that penalty at the Camp Nou is Mascherano used all of his body except the legs. If ever you're going to give away a penalty, don't put your legs out, don't put your arms out. If you use the rest of your body, you can more or less get away with it because it doesn't give enough clues to the referee for him to be able to blow it easily. And not saying referees do that, but in all walks of football leagues all over the world, the bigger clubs tend to get more penalties than the little clubs.
No, absolutely. The referees are always criticised by Barcelona fans for being pro Real Madrid and vice versa, but more often than not, they're just pro the big teams, and the smaller sides tend to suffer because less pressure's put on them.
This is Ilori. He springs it out towards Gareth Bale. Finds Arbeloa inside. Khedira will push it back to Varane. Good combination. I was about to say good combination, but then Cristiano Ronaldo gave the ball away in Sevilla. Being pushed back though, it's just the midfield. I wouldn't even call it a battle. Real Madrid are just dominating the midfield.
And there's so much space in front of that. The 5 in defence are so square. They're all in a line, and there's not a lot in front of them apart from Mbaye, who I'm having I'm struggling with the pronunciation. Mbia.
I'll follow you. You
and
lead.
so there's so much space for Real Madrid to run into.
And that was almost a chance, but Rakitic, who we've been singing the praises of, snatched at that. And it would certainly need a strike before half-time, you would feel, to give Sevilla some sort of feeling of a realistic chance in the second half. The ball's cut across, and Rakitic, you would have expected a little bit better from him than that.
I'm sure Ancelotti, it's difficult. I was going to say, I'm sure Ancelotti's thinking, give Bale 90 minutes, give him his first 90 of the season, so he can get that off of his back, the fact that he still hasn't played a full game. But then, of course, he'll also maybe be thinking, well, in terms of looking after him, looking after his back, looking after the thigh problem, do you take him off before the end of the game? You've got Di Maria on the bench, so.
Of course, it's Champions League season, so after next week's league game, there's another crucial Champions League tie away to Juventus.
Yep, Rayo Vallecano at the weekend, which is away, but more it's a home game, isn't it, really, because they're not leaving the city of Madrid, and then, as you say, back to the Champions League.
This could be interesting. Oh, there's a little nudge there. No, there's the... oh, it's been given. I was just trying to say, there's the law of the big club, little club. But Figueres has been awarded a penalty by the linesman. The referee wasn't sure at all, and he's been given the word by the linesman. Sergio Ramos will also pick up a yellow card. He misses the next game. I don't think he'd be too disappointed about missing a trip to Vallecas. There's a possible handball there, but more importantly, it's this push that comes afterwards.
Well, it's a brave linesman. Lots of linesmen would have thought easy life, don't want to be troubled in the second half. He gets a little nudge, there's no question about that.
I love this decision, Pete, because for me it's a penalty, but if you're going to give them, watch out defenders. I think there's enough. There's no foot, there's no arm out, but he's given him a little bit of a nudge. I think Marcelo was claiming the handball. It's debatable as well.
I think it's a handball and it's a nudge, so I think it's a penalty, but when Madrid fans could argue that it was handball before.
So it'd be Rakitic to try and get one back before half-time. Rakitic, what a fine penalty that is. Into the corner. The scoreline, we knew we were going to get goals this evening. We're not being disappointed at all. Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 1.
Well, something for the hardy souls who have made the trip up from Sevilla to cheer, and a little bit of hope for Sevilla in the second half, and a little bit of good fortune because he does handle it before he makes his run into the area. But we won't hear the end of this tomorrow, because it is similar to the Mascherano one that they didn't get in the Clásico.
Well, there will be, and it was very interesting. Some journalists say before a match, let's just hope for goals and there'll be no controversy. No, they love it.
Absolutely.
And you've got it tonight. 2 penalties. The first one possibly outside of the area. Hold on a minute as Varane comes over to clear. It'll be a throw-in. Comes off the forward and it'll be a throw-in in favour of Real Madrid. But as I was saying, the first penalty, you could argue, and it's all about opinions football. You can decide yourself. Possibly was outside the area, and the second one was a little nudge, but was there handball before it, and was it the kind of nudge that we see penalised most weeks in the Spanish league, or indeed any league? Defenders will be worried if you can give away penalties with other parts of your body other than your legs and arms. But just over 6 minutes gone, and that'll give Sevilla just a little bit of hope before half-time.
Absolutely, they want to now just hold on to this until the break. That sounds slightly pessimistic and a bit too conservative maybe, but go in at 3-1 and you have a chance. If Madrid score again, then...
Yeah, they've got that good feeling, even exactly. As you said, they're 2 goals
down.
Take
that down the tunnel with you and then work from that in the second half.
It's always the team that last scored if they're coming from behind, and here we go again. Vitalo's got the pace there. He's got all the way around the back. Chance! Oh, dear me! Sevilla rolled it back to 3-2, and it's that man Baca, Carlos Baca. What a turnaround in a couple of minutes. it's, well, what a beautiful game football can be sometimes.
Tell you what, it's a terrible night for fullbacks, isn't it? We've got Alberto Moreno at one end and now Arbeloa at the other end. He's in the team because he's defensively better than Carvajal, but he goes missing. He can't make up the ground. Neither can Iramendi. Varane comes across. That would normally be a security against the ball being crossed, but it goes through his legs. Iramendi misses it again. And Baca can't possibly miss from there.
You also have to ask questions about Marcelo and Sergio Ramos. The Baca was in so much space there. Now we go back up the other end. Let's have a goal a minute, shall we? We'll see what happens. Gareth Bale, he's got support there from Isco. He's got Khedira outside him, and the ball is a poor one in a run out for a goal kick. But what a delightful game of football.
Well, you would never have put your money on Sevilla going in at half-time 3-2. There's still 5 minutes to go before half-time, but having gone 3-0 down, and me talking about them now being conservative and just sticking with the 3-1 until the break.
Oh, I'm glad they didn't listen to you. Again, though, it was a good goal by Baca, but you do have to ask a question about Sergio Ramos, Marcelo, Ilara. They were all in that area, and they're all busy watching the play develop instead of keeping an eye on the Colombian, who has already put the ball in the back of the net a few times this season. So a little bit of ball watching maybe, but a fine reply from Sevilla, who find themselves just one goal down, 4 minutes or so to half-time. Marcelo picks up inside for Varane. Arbeloa. Oh dear me. Well, they've picked up on what you were saying there, Pete, about Arbeloa was caught out, couldn't get back in time, and the whistles that have been there before for Arbeloa very clearly heard now. This could be a chance, and instead it's a corner. 3 minutes to half-time, and it sounds strange, but now it's Real Madrid who really need another goal.
Well, getting back to what you were saying about Arbeloa, I'm not his greatest fan, certainly not for Spain. I think it's such a shame in a team like Spain to have a fullback like Arbeloa, but
as the ball's swung in, and I'm not sure who that came off, but Benzema will pick it up. Ball played. Oh dear me, look at Sevilla. They're on the break again. It's Vitolo, and he's got the pace to just take on this Real Madrid defence. And was that the best ball? He might have gone it all alone, but maybe a little bit tired after that run to set up the second goal just moments ago. It's Real Madrid taking up the other end. This is like, well, you do it, then we'll have a go, and then you have a go. We'll forget the bit in the middle as the ball's with Rakitic. Figueres, who provoked the penalty that started what looks like a Sevilla comeback. No, but maybe just now Sevilla need to think, well, let's just slow down a little bit. Could that be the sign, though, for a Sevilla third strike as they move forward? Alberto Moreno finds Jairo. There's no flag. Jairo's got all the time in the world there to decide who he's going to play the ball to. Finds Rakitic, who strikes it high and wide.
I think some of the boos, some of the jeers for Arbeloa also are to do with the fact that they love Carvajal here and they think he should be in the team. It's a bit similar to the Benzema situation, really. They want Morata in the team, not Benzema. They want Carvajal in the team, and not Arbeloa.
How much is that to do with this rivalry between Barca and Madrid and the perception that Real Madrid never bring their own players?
I think it's got a lot to do with it.
And kind of cheating by just always buying players, and Barca fans always giving them some stick for that, aren't
Absolutely,
they?
very hungry to have a homegrown success story. They haven't really had one since Casillas and Raul. It's been a long wait.
And they've got candidates, though. Morata, Jesse.
Exactly, yep. Jesse and Morata in particular, and of course the players that they've allowed to leave as well, people like Negredo and Mata and Soldado have gone on to play for their country, having been let go by Real Madrid.
There are players there, and even Jose Rodriguez, who's a very promising youngster. They've got a chance now to make amends. First of all, though, they've got to make sure Sevilla don't draw level before half-time. Vitolo was looking for Jairo. The ball is clear, but it'll come back at Real Madrid, who themselves will be happy to take this scoreline in to the changing rooms at half-time. It's just coming up to the 45th minute, and a little pause in sort of gesture there from Isco saying, "No, let's just hang on." 45 minutes are up. We're into the minute that will be added on, a minute that we'll enjoy, because we've certainly enjoyed the first 45 in the Bernabeu. 5 goals we've seen as well, and as we said earlier, there's going to be more. You're going to have to join us for the second half, I think, as Khedira just drops off Arbeloa. Whether you like or don't like a player, there's something kind of goes through you when you hear 60,000 people whistling at, at one man.
Well, there are two arguments, aren't there? One is that you don't ever boo your own players, but I always think if you're booing them because you want a change to be made, you want someone else to be in the team and not that player for the benefit of your own team, then that in a way I think justifies it. But I don't think he was the sole culprit for the goal. A lot happened after he failed to get back. Iramendi should have come across. You mentioned Ramos and Marcelo as well, not picking up Bacca. So I don't think he was solely to blame for the goal.
There is the half-time whistle from Jose Teixeira Vitienes. Vitienes, the referee, who I think has had a good little game, but there are question marks of the first decision. The second penalty, the one in favour of Sevilla, was given by the linesman. The first one, he may well have had a word from the linesman, but that's not the thing we should be talking about. We should be talking about a fine game of football, 5 goals. There'll be more in the second half. Do come back to join me and Pete for the second half. But that's all for now, folks.
Barclays Premier League on Viewer's Choice. Press red for up to 5 games, all live, all at the same time. Fulham Man U spearhead a massive night of football. Viewer's Choice, only on Fox Sports.
Golfers, shop online at golfbox.com.au for a bigger range, better prices and free delivery. Golf Buddy GPS, half price at only $1.99. TaylorMade gloves, 6-pack, just $49. Order now and get free delivery only at golfbox.com.au.
I want to wake up every morning with a passion and be able to say I love what I do.
You can dream about it, or you go out and make it happen.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for a few dollars a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
Say hello to the Bug, the new compact barbecue from Beefeater. With the space, control and versatility to cook whatever you want, the powerful, portable and lightweight Bug goes wherever you do. Visit your Bug retailer today.
In the war against Hitler's 1,000-year Reich, not all the heroes fought on the front line.
Poles have had a history of fighting against foreign invaders.
From codebreakers to the murky world of subterfuge, these men and women saved thousands of lives.
It's bravery of the highest order.
They were masters of sabotage and assassination. Heroes of War. Tuesday, 7:30, only on History.
Don't get left behind. Fox Sports News Melbourne Cup preview show has all you need to know about the great race. How the gates, form and conditions affect each runner.
I was incredibly confident.
Champion jockey Darren Beethman in studio to run the rule over it all. Interviews with leading trainers, jockeys and opinion from racing experts.
That's why he'll win.
The Melbourne Cup preview show, 8:30 Monday nights, Fox Sports News.
Welcome back to the second half, and what a fine first half we had as Real Madrid looked to be giving Sevilla a little bit of a hammering, but 2 goals in the last 5 minutes from Rakitic and Baca made the half-time scoreline. Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 2. It was a strange first half. Really, you just didn't see that coming, did you, Pete? I'm not saying you personally. I just think nobody saw that coming. When they got to 3-0, you thought, well, this is going to be 4, maybe 5. Sevilla hadn't really shown too many signs of life before they got the opening goal. One shot from Jairo into the side netting.
No, they'd shown nothing at all going forward. There was a massive gap between the 5 players that they're playing defensively and the rest of the team, and all of a sudden from nowhere 2 goals and mistakes as well, it has to be said, from Real Madrid defenders and Real Madrid midfield players, and they've got a chance now. They've got a puncher's chance of getting something from this game.
It'll be Sevilla getting us underway, and of course it's always the case, isn't it? You're the team that's behind, you come back, score those 2 goals, and it'll be a little bit of a swagger about Sevilla's play in the opening stages, and it'll be interesting to see how that develops. Real Madrid, in theory, the superior team against Sevilla, and won away from home for a year, but it's all in the balance now, and there'll be a first free kick of the second half in favour of the Andalusians, to be taken by their midfield maestro Rakitic.
And you think that Madrid will be hitting Bale at every opportunity, A, because he's in great form tonight, and B, because Moreno and Navarro, who are over that side, are both on a booking, so that you'd assume will be the plan.
And just picked up by the yellow-shirted Sevilla. Baca robbed of the ball very nicely indeed by Varane. Baca seems to have picked up a little bit of a knock there. Jairo.
Benzema doing what he does well tonight, just linking the play up nicely.
Ronaldo with Isco. Sliding challenge prevents him from going any further, and interesting to see Xabi Alonso on the bench, just sitting there behind Casillas.
Very animated as well in the first half when Bale had the chance just before his second goal. You can see the emotion on the bench, and how much they want him to do well. And we should have mentioned Xabi earlier, because of course 6 months out. First it was the pubis injury and the operation, and then of course just as he was about to come back, he broke a toe in his foot. So he'll get some minutes, I'm sure, in the second half.
And it's not just about club this season, is it? It's also about country.
No, and also his future, because he's out of contract at the end of the season. He's not going to stay. It doesn't look as if he's going to stay, so he'll be looking as well to make sure he gets a decent move and a decent last to contract somewhere.
Ilara being the man brought in from Real Sociedad too. There's just that feeling that Xabi Alonso might want to go back to San Sebastian for his last season or 2. As the ball's picked up by Baca into the hands of Diego Lopez. The Sevilla keeper not being surprised there, but it's a very open, still got that feeling of a very open game.
I think with Xabi Alonso, you talk about the Iramendi transfer. A lot of people are quite surprised that Real Madrid didn't seem to argue too much. They just paid the buyout clause, and you just wonder whether part of the deal is that eventually Sociedad will take Xabi Alonso and maybe even pay some money for him rather than have him at the end of the season when he's on a free. The other option, of course, is a swan song in the Premier League.
At the moment, it's Sevilla still showing plenty of signs of life as the ball goes forward. They'll settle for a throw-in on this occasion. The applause, of course, is fantastic for the sight of Xabi Alonso on the touchline.
Yeah, he makes such a difference to the team, and he's getting some embraces down there from the Sevilla substitutes as well, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, we were talking in the first half about the importance of a captain, and whether it would be Sergio Ramos or Cristiano Ronaldo. But of course, Xabi Alonso is the midfield leader of both club and country.
No, absolutely. And big boots to fill if you're Iramendi. I'm surprised that Modric hasn't been used more this season in that position, because he started the season playing there and he started the season playing well.
It's just the feeling of Real Madrid, a similar story to Sevilla, as they've got it. Oh dear me, and there was a double chance there for Jairo, and Real Madrid rather lucky that it was Varane who got to the ball there as it came off Diego Lopez. Now to the other. This is more like the first half. Gareth Bale plays it in towards Ronaldo. Goes to Benzema. Well, we saw that one coming, didn't we? We knew there'd be more goals. 7 minutes into the second, it's Benzema who makes it. Real Madrid 4, Sevilla 2. End to end to end to end stuff.
Well, who's he going to celebrate with? Is that... oh, it's Zidane. Well, another assist for... an assist for Bale, and Sevilla will rule that mistake straight down the other end and scoring, and well deserved for Benzema, who's played well tonight. He's been very unselfish, set up the first for Bale and gets the favour repaid. Ronaldo to Bale to Benzema, the front three.
And it was a fine ball. I initially thought that Bale was looking for Ronaldo. Looking at it again, that ball's hit with enough pace to mean that he was finding the Frenchman.
Absolutely.
It was his target. Benzema found the target. That'll go a long way to snuffing out a few of those whistles. And what a scoreline. Real Madrid 4, Sevilla 2.
They must be absolutely delighted, Ancelotti and Zidane, because the two players, as you say, that really needed the confidence booster tonight have been given it. But Sevilla, it could be 3-3 and it's 4-2.
That's football, though, isn't it? How often do you see that? You're just about to draw level and the ball goes out the other end of the field, and it's still all on, though, and we've still got plenty of time for more developments in this fascinating game. In week 11 of La Liga, Real Madrid taking on Sevilla. And Beto did just about the right thing, and a little bit laziness there, maybe from Bakker to be in an offside position as the ball comes all the way forward from his goalkeeper. But again, it's that player coming from an offside position that's easily flagged. Still a few people taking the trouble to whistle below it as the ball's played inside there for Khedira. Khedira finds Ilara Mendy. Ilara comes off the tongue rather more easily. Marcelo finds Benzema. Benzema's ball back inside to the Brazilian fullback as Real Madrid are forced back, and Sevilla will have to, if they're going to get anything out of this game, they're going to have to take chances. They're going to have to push up that back line and take the game to the other end of the field. Rakitic outside to Figueres. Good switch there from Rakitic. Finds Alberto Moreno, who had a hand in Bale's second goal. Vitalo, that's a fine ball. Chance here as the ball's played in and cut out. There was Ilara Mendy doing what he should have been doing on the Sevilla second goal, as a free kick will be given for that challenge on Isco. Not so well. I was a bit mystified there. It looked like play was being allowed to continue, but Isco brought down on Vitalo.
Marcelo very comfortably bypassed here, isn't he? Oh, this is not the chance, but the chance that came after that.
Benzema down below it. Benzema. The two whistled players combining. Khedira. Othello in space. Benzema, lovely little flip back to Khedira. Khedira! And Ronaldo goes down. He looks for that was a half-hearted claim for a penalty. Instead, he'll be penalised for attacking Beto, and I'm pretty sure that there was absolutely no intention there. They are friends from the national team. We've already seen that demonstrated this evening. There was no offside flag. None was merited either, as the run was timed. It was tight, but the flag went up. And what do you think there? I think the forward's got the right to go for the ball, but it's afterwards that he makes the contact.
It's the studs right down on the hand of Beto. But he's obviously okay to carry on.
Normally goalkeepers are, aren't they? I'm not saying that.
It does seem that more and more they do pick up injuries, and it's particularly in La Liga. But they used to be indestructible, didn't they?
In the good old days of Arnold Schwarzenegger, what was his name? Booyah.
Bertrand.
Oh yeah, go back further. As the ball's picked up by Sevilla on the edge of the area, the shot comes through from Figueres, goes off a defender. It'll be a corner for Sevilla. They're certainly not out of this game, but now they're back to that 2-goal margin. And that was preceded by this double chance for Jairo.
Great prospect, and that's an Iker Casillas type save. We were saying earlier about how maybe he's just getting near that thin line of having people starting to question his place in the team. That was a good save.
Oh, the chance! Oh, it wasn't called, was it, by it was Alberto Moreno. Gets the ball back, Moreno into the box, straight to Marcelo. Sevilla got a chance to build up, but Vitolo let it run, and Rakitic didn't anticipate, so the ball goes out for a throw-in in favour of Real Madrid. So we get a chance to see Benzema strike once more. It was a good combination. Bale certainly having his best game in a Real Madrid shirt, Pete.
He certainly is, and if he stays on the pitch for another 3 minutes, then he'll also have played more minutes in this game than in any other. And it's just that comment about him not combining with teammates. Well, he's put that right tonight.
That was fine work by Isco. Surely he gets a free kick. In the end, were you happy with that decision, or did you think the advantage had been played?
Well, it was Isco that stopped, wasn't it? And he gets the better of Imbia, and maybe can then carry on, but doesn't, because I suppose because the referee had blown his whistle.
Also, the foot coming in high from Carrico, but it was the earlier challenge that was penalised, and it'll be Real Madrid to throw the ball into the box too far out for Gareth Bale to have a try shot on goal.
Yeah.
As he flings it in, it's Ronaldo gets a touch on. He felt he was impeded. Play continues. It's the yellow shirts of Sevilla moving forward. Bacca won't get there. Arbeloa does well, draws the free kick, and it'll be Real Madrid possession. Well, there was all sorts going on, wasn't there? And shirt pulling galore. What a hard job it is for referees on free kicks and corners now, as Bale picks up for Real Madrid. Dances his way round, and Ronaldo makes it 5. Well, Bale has had a massive influence on this game, scored 2, set up the other 2, and given Real Madrid a 3-goal advantage with still half hour to go, more goals to go, more smiles from the Real Madrid fans. 5-2 the scoreline. Ronaldo had to join them, didn't he?
And now we get the Ronaldo all around the stadium that we thought we might get tonight at the start, in support of him against those Sepp Blatter comments. But more brilliance from Bale, and as we said at the start of the half, feed Bale. Moreno's having a terrible game, he's on a booking, and he just glided past him there, and then had the calm head to find Ronaldo, who seems to have a shirt problem. We saw why he's got the ripped shirt from with the earlier corner.
Well, there's no doubt that contact was made with the shirt, because but it's just the movement here from Bale is delightful. It's one of those movements where he literally just walked past the Sevilla defence to set up a 5th goal, and certainly feed Bale. You're allowed to say that. The press are not going to have a go at you.
No, you could say
feed Bale.
You
yeah,
could say feed Bale.
Oh, good. Didn't want to get into trouble there as Sevilla pick up the ball. Now, where do they go from here? They've conceded 5, and in a very strange game. Oh dear me, as Beto almost joined the action. Benzema is offside. Yes, indeed, he is. The flag goes up. It wouldn't have counted, although he did shoot it into the side netting. Not to let his non-fans down. But the movement of Bale there was good, and the ball similar, hit with less force than the pass to Benzema, but certainly with the same precision.
Well, there is that argument that says that he's not quite so effective on the right-hand side, because at least on the left he can cross with his left and he can cut inside, and he cuts inside so far that he can still shoot off his left, whereas when he's on the right, if he's going to cross, it's really got to be with his right foot. But that was a good right foot cross, and Perotti coming on for Jairo, whose goal could have changed the game. It looks like Xabi Alonso is going to come on as well.
And we'll see the introduction, doubling substitution by Unai Emery. On comes Gameiro for backer, forward for forward. And indeed, Gameiro with just one more to his name so far as Real Madrid pick up again. It's, oh dear me, and well, Bale went down. I've got a feeling there was a good shout on this one, but I'm not sure with the scoreline being 5-2, whether it's all psychology, isn't it? But whether the referees, well, they don't need to make the decision on this one. We'll come back to that in a moment. But it's Sevilla at the other end. It continues to be end-to-end. We've got another goal, and it's the man Rakitic who stamps his authority on the game. And where is it going to end? It's 5-3 in the Bernabeu. Rakitic gets his second of the evening. I'm running out of space on my pieces of paper here from this end. Let's have a look at this, Pete. See, I think there is a penalty there, but I'm not sure. The arm goes out from Alberto Moreno, who's been Gareth Bale's biggest buddy in the other end of in a yellow shirt this evening. But then it goes up the other end. Rakitic, it kind of. I don't even know what to say about that run of events.
Similar to the first Real Madrid goal of the second half, wasn't it? When they had that chance and immediately straight down the other end, the Real Madrid scored. I'm not sure about the penalty. Alberto Moreno and Fernando Navarro, two players on a yellow card. I think they both had a little go at Gareth, but anyway, Xabi Alonso back on a football pitch after 6 months out. Great to see.
There's just so much to talk about there, isn't there? There's a possible penalty. There's a wonderful, wonderful strike from Rakitic that gives Diego Lopez. Maybe Superman would have got there, but most goalkeepers had no chance of getting to that. And now we've got the return of Xabi Alonso. So what an action-packed evening in the Bernabeu. This scoreline at the moment is Real Madrid 5, Sevilla 3.
This is why Gareth Bale moved to Spain. 8-goal thrillers. It'll be midnight when he finishes tonight.
Still time for some tapas. Still time for some tapas. I don't know if he'll be allowed a little chupito of San Miguel to go with it.
Probably not the chupito, I would say, Nick.
Oh, he has to drink a big litre of San Miguel. But the action continues with Arbeloa again, the yellow card, and sometimes wonder whether players pick up yellow cards because of their mindset. Arbeloa is in the winning lineup at the moment, but he can't be feeling good with the non-support from his own fans.
Here it is again. Here it is again. I think if it's anyone, it's Fernando Navarro. I'm not going to give you that for the nudge.
Not for the left hand of Moreno.
Although I tell you what, looking at it from that angle.
If you look at it from there, the linesman would have seen that, and I just think that. You know what it is? I think when the scoreline is so in favour of one team, there's a 3-goal advantage. I think referees and linesmen, there's a little part of them says, I don't need to make this decision. When it's level or there's 1 goal in it, they feel as if, oh, if I don't make a decision yet, I'm going to be held responsible. But when it's 3 goals to the good, well, no one will notice that one. There's a little bit of that in it, but there'll be more goals, folks. Don't turn off your TV. It's 8 already, and we've still got 25 minutes to go as Khedira picks up a yellow card for that challenge.
Well, it's the game of the season so far, no question about that. Real Madrid fans will be cursing maybe the fact that they didn't produce a performance like this against Barcelona at the Clásico. Obviously a completely different environment, completely different rivals as well. But there are some players tonight who've put in performances that here we're going to get another look at it. In fact, there you see there's definitely no contact from Fernando Navarro. He gets pushed.
You know what? Oh, that's another talking point there, because you know what Navarro does there, and a lot of defenders do it to forwards. They put their foot out and say, oh, look, I'm going to bring you down. And they pull it away. As the ball comes in, we'll go back to the action, because there's plenty of that this evening, as Sevilla have it, and the ball played in, and the shot there from Carrico goes wide, but it was fine play from Vitolo. Yeah, it's gone back to that defensive trick that you see a lot now, where defenders will put the knee out, and there was a good instance last year in the Bernabeu between Barcelona and Madrid, where the knee goes out. It was, I think it was Sergio Ramos, put the knee out, then you take it away, so then the forward, if there's no contact at all, he'll be accused of diving. But he's anticipating that. It's a sort of double bluff situation. But let's have another look. See, there you go. He puts it out, but I think Bale thinks that there's going to be contact with Navarro, and
he gets the nudge from behind as well from Alberto Moreno. So.
But the referee has concentrated more on the fact that Bale has anticipated the contact. It's not there. I'm not going to give you, because I'm not sure. Although, you know, looking at that hand from Alberto.
Well, you called it the first time you saw it. You said, if anything, it's a little nudge from Alberto Moreno.
But if you blow all of those little nudges, we're going to get a lot of penalties every week. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but you can argue it. It depends what colour shirt you're wearing. We're wearing neither, of course. We're just enjoying a fine game of football. And the ball now picked up by the substitute Perotti. Perotti, who's he's one of those frustrating players who you think you're going to get a lot from, and it's not the same as he used to be. There was almost a fourth there. Kevin Gamero looking for his 5th league goal of the season, and that has to go down as a good save halfway through the second half from Diego Lopez. It was a lovely ball by Vitolo, and Gamero did well with it. Back to the action. Arbeloa picks up. That'll do any good movement from Arbeloa is going to help him, and just quieten down those whistles that are not as prominent as they were in the first half. This is Varane for Real Madrid. He plays inside to Isco. Isco the way out for the back four as Marcelo plays it back inside to Sergio Ramos. Ramos will look for Isco. Isco will find Varane. Varane and Sevilla certainly looking to close down Real Madrid as much as possible. But it's a fine game of football still. Bale shifts it nicely out to the wing. Khedira inside to Ronaldo, who spun his shot. Will allow a rare mistake, I think, from Cristiano Ronaldo. It was a good moment for Lopez. You were right there, Peter. It was a good save, because Gamero hit that well, hit it along the ground, hit it with power, and Lopez, he's a tall keeper, got down well.
Yeah, there have been 2 classic Casillas saves tonight. The one-on-one, which Casillas is so brilliant at, saving with the leg, which always reminds us of the World Cup final against Robin. And that one there, as you say, getting down low. Decent 70 minutes for Isco. And good to see Modric back on. Deserved to start, I thought, tonight, in terms of the way he played in the Camp Nou, but he was on the bench.
Still plenty of options and plenty of chances, and there's another goal for Cristiano Ronaldo, and he just nods his head and says, well, I'll accept that. There was a deflection, but he gets another goal, and that's 9 in the evening, and we've got a scoreline of Real Madrid 6, Sevilla 3. It's crazy here in the Bernabeu.
And nice to see Ronaldo just enjoying the goal, and because he could have made a thing of perhaps a message to Mr. Blatter.
He could have done the C3PO dance.
He could have done the CP3O dance, but he just waves the VIP box where presumably he's got family members, and as you say, it was a big deflection that helps him beat Beto. That surely is the end of Sevilla. Surely now they can't come back from this 6-3.
Oh, I don't know about that, Pete. I don't know about that. It's that kind of goal where you're allowed to celebrate, but yes, you can't be going too crazy on that, because the deflection was massive in that goal. But the scoreline is Real Madrid 6, Sevilla 3, and Sevilla go up the other end with Alberto Moreno looking to make progress. He draws the free kick, and Sevilla will get a chance to pull themselves back into the game. Gareth Bale still on the pitch. That's a story in itself, and having a big effect on this game as the ball is easily collected by Diego Lopez. Rolls it out to Cristiano Ronaldo, was unaware of the threat of Nico Pareja, and Sevilla have the ball once again out on the far side. There's still options for them to go forward, as the ball will be played in towards Gamero. Gamero is looking for support, waits for it, finds it. It's Figueres. There's a chance here. Oh, and little nudge on him from Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, he's given a penalty! He's given a penalty! He's given a penalty! The linesman's called it, and I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm saying we get penalties here that just don't normally get given.
Are we going to get goal number 10? Well,
you could see why it was given.
You could see why it was given. It's probably one of the first he's ever conceded, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not sure about it, to be honest.
I'm not sure, because I think Figueres looks to turn.
He gets the ball.
But there's contact. See, this is why you cannot say. So many times we hear people say, look, there's contact on the ball as well. And then you could argue that Figueres is looking to make contact. There's the ball.
He gets the ball. It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty.
So you're 100% sure?
I'm 100% sure. He goes in from the side.
It can't be 100%.
It's not a challenge from behind. It's a challenge from the side. He gets the ball. He doesn't get the player.
Rakitic with a chance to make it. Oh my! He's hitting over the crossbar. Oh, well, that's a pity in a way, isn't it? Because we would have had 6-4, and Unai Emery would have been urging his troops forward. But Rakitic, oh, you rotter, you've spoiled it there by blasting it over. You wouldn't have expected that, Pete, from Rakitic. It's certainly not a match to be having to write a match report about, because
I was just thinking actually that Unai Emery, he's a very thorough manager, and I'm sure he prepares a detailed analysis of every game, and then in the next training session after the match he breaks down the match. This is where it went wrong, this is what we did right. He'd be tempted with this game just to say, look lads, forget it. I haven't got a clue what happened. Has Ancelotti now been sent to the stands to give us yet another story?
See, I'm not happy with Ancelotti there, because I don't think it's necessary. I think your team is 6-3 up and the penalty has been missed. You're 100% sure that wasn't a penalty, and I'm just saying I could see why it might be given.
You can see why it'd been given, yeah.
I think that's the argument with oh dear me, it's all happening.
He's off.
And he's already on the yellow. He's off. That'll be a second yellow, surely. Indeed, Amir is off for 2 yellows, and Sevilla down to 10. So all the newspapers that, oh dear me, you look at it again, Pete, and the fist is out there, and that's enough. I think you look again, whether there's enough contact to flatten Modric, I'm not sure, but I think there's deliberate movement in the arm, and there again it's always difficult, isn't it? But the referees, so often, this is something we don't give referees enough credit for. They have to look at the player's intention somehow, if they can see it on the face, and Teixeira Vidienes had no doubt that there was intention there, and at least a second yellow, and Sevilla down to 10.
Well, as you say, a second yellow, hasn't pulled the straight red out. He's given the player the benefit of the doubt in that sense, but the fact that he'd already been booked, so off he goes.
And we're still waiting to see whether Ancelotti was booked or not, because certainly the referee was good. They don't tend to do that, though, do they? They just, like, with managers, it's
no, you're sent off. You're not shown the card.
Yeah. So there's still about 15 minutes or so to go. We could have more penalties, sendings off, goals. We shall see. Real Madrid on the attack, and the ball too far for Bale, but Bale's got the pace to get there. The fans will appreciate the effort, even if he didn't quite make it.
Yeah, big applause there for Bale from that run so late in the game there. Appreciate the work that he's put in, not just tonight, but in all the games. But tonight they've seen the real Gareth Bale, no question about that.
Just wondering whether, I don't think Ancelotti will have any problems in taking Bale off now. I mean, he's done enough. Or do you think it is a big plus for Bale if he can do the 90 minutes?
I think it would be a big psychological boost if he can get through his first game. But then, of course, if you take him off now, or if you take him off with, say, 85 minutes, then he gets the standing ovation from the home fans, and that also will give him a massive psychological boost.
Yeah, so either way, Bale is going to go off happy, unless Sevilla score 4 goals in the last 30 minutes.
Which in this game,
it's possible.
Despite the fact they're now down to 10 men.
Yeah, the 10 men might be a little bit of a hindrance, and Diego Lopez, fine form this evening. That sounds a strange thing to say as well about a keeper who's let in 3 goals, but he has pulled off some excellent saves, the ex-Sevilla keeper Diego Lopez. Varane there, just combining with Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos will flick it forward to the return of Xabi Alonso, who's there almost in an Isco. Well, he is. Xabi Alonso's a combination of Isco and Illarramendi up to a point, and it's Xabi Alonso now asking for and receiving the ball, spread perfectly to the waiting feet of Marcelo inside to Modric. Not so perfect for Modric as ball's played forward by Rakitic. And there's a lot of tired legs out there as well, I think. It's that's almost fallen for Bale, but
there are tired legs on both sides, absolutely, and we've seen so many mistakes tonight and 9 goals as a result that with the tired legs we might be in for a few more goals. Yeah, I think Ancelotti's still there, isn't he? He's obviously not sent off.
I think the referee was tempted, though. He was fishing around for his cards, and
it was a threat, wasn't it? It was a threatening fumble in the pocket, as if to say, as you say, they don't show the card, but it was still the signal that the next time you dispute my decisions, you'll be off.
Oh, plenty of space there for Marcelo. He's got a chance, surely, to play that into Benzema. It's number 7, up to the 10-goal mark. 79 minutes gone, and, well, it's just difficult to really describe this game. There's been so many incidents, so many noteworthy comments to make about the return of Xabi Alonso, about the confidence boost that Gareth Bale and this man Benzema have received in their home in the Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid 7, fine header, the 7th goal from Benzema. Sevilla 3. Pete, what are you going to say?
It's an absurd game of football, that's what it is, and Sevilla couldn't defend with 11, so now with 10 they're really going to struggle. They've got another 10 minutes to see out here. We've got 10 goals. I can see Real Madrid getting 10. They only need another 3 in what's left of the game, and just very pleased for Benzema, because I think he gets a hard time. I don't think he helps himself by the way he carries himself at times on the pitch. You mentioned that before the start of the game, but he's a fabulous player. He's maybe not the man who should be leading Real Madrid's forward line, as they look for their 10th European Cup, but he is a top player, and he's got the goals tonight to back up his performance.
Well, what a wonderful game of football. 10 goals and 10 minutes to go as Modric starts off another Real Madrid attack. Khedira, well, he's another man who could do with a goal. Well, ideally for Ancelotti now, he wants Arbeloa to score and Khedira to score. That's it. He couldn't ask for any more.
I think you're asking a lot if you want a goal from Arbeloa, to be honest. But maybe Khedira sometimes weighs in with a goal or two. Di Maria's coming on.
If Di Maria's coming on, then it'll be Gareth Bale, surely, who's coming off.
You would think so, wouldn't you? You would think so.
He'll do the... Well, no. Little surprise there, and that'll be a crowd pleaser.
It will.
Leaving Bale on and taking off the not so highly rated, although let's face it, he is a sort of starter for the German national team. Khedira going off, and we've got Di Maria on the same field as Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema, and Gareth Bale.
Well, presumably now Ronaldo will play behind Benzema, with Di Maria and Bale on the flanks, and Xabi Alonso and Modric in the heart of in centre midfield. And Di Maria will love this. Plenty of space out there, and he'll want to get on the score sheet as well.
Cristiano Ronaldo inside to Di Maria. He lets the ball run. I'm not sure it was deliberate, but
in fact,
it's Modric. And at the moment, Di Maria's sitting in.
It's 4-3-3, isn't it?
Isn't he?
And Di Maria, as you say, is in that midfield 3 with Modric and Xabi Alonso.
It's very well. You can afford to be attack-minded with a 4-goal advantage. 8 minutes to go. Benzema looks for the 1-2 with Marcelo, just crowded out, and it'll be brought away by Vitolo. Comes off Benzema, and as is the way when players know that as well, when you're in the good books of the fans, any little demonstration of effort, blocking the ball for a throw-in or a corner flag.
I just realised that what the salute was about.
The commander.
Yeah, that was
salute.
Blatter's.
He did have a little pop at Sepp Blatter then.
That was Blatter's part of Blatter's act. I hesitate to call it an act, but calling him the Commandante, wasn't it?
Yes.
So he gives a salute. Reyes on, a former Real Madrid favourite.
Not a favourite anymore. Well, he wasn't. He was one of those players that disappointed.
Well, he was fantastic in the game where Capello won the league. If you remember the last game of the season when he came on as a substitute, replaced David Beckham. I think he scored twice, or certainly scored once and made one, and they won the league because they beat Mallorca. But he's never really been thanked for it.
As the ball played into Cristiano Ronaldo, Real Madrid swarming round the edge of the area. There was a hint of a free kick there, but it's Sevilla who break, and although they're down to 10 men, they still want to get something more out of this game as Sergio Ramos prevents the ball running through to the French forward Caimero. Ball picked up now by Modric.
17 years, according to Mr. Chip. The Spanish league statisticians, what's the word I'm looking for?
Statistician?
Yeah. 17 years since there have been 10 goals in a league game at the Bernabeu.
And we might be asking how many years since 11 goals, because there's still 6 minutes plus
10 goals. Sorry, 10 goals in a Spanish league game, not at the Bernabeu, because it was Valladolid 3, Oviedo 8. So
still
17 years since La Liga's had a 10 goal game.
Who's the chap on Fantasy League that did it's Stato, wasn't it? That's easier to say.
Well, Stato, indeed.
Stato.
Mr. Chip is the Spanish Stato, isn't he? So
well, he might be reaching for his box, because it's Real Madrid moving forward again. There's a chance here for the ball to be played in by Arbeloa, looking for Ronaldo, just hit the back leg of one of the Sevilla defenders, and it'll be Sevilla moving forward themselves, because that has been the story of this game. It's been end-to-end stuff. Real Madrid, whether you could argue about the margin of the scoreline, but you certainly have to say Real Madrid deserve to be winning this game.
no, absolutely. It's been a stunning performance from going forward. Lots of questions defensively, and as an Italian coach, I'm sure Ancelotti will be asking those questions on the training ground on Thursday and Friday ahead of the game against Rayo on Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure.
He's not really Italian, is he? He can't be Italian with a scoreline like this. So I know the Italian league has changed over the years, but 7-3, it's a remarkable scoreline in any league. Modric.
I'm not sure what you take out of this game if you're Unai Emery, because there's been so many positives from Sevilla. But if you concede 7, then and you lose away again, and they're starting to slide down the table as well, Sevilla. 11th coming into the game.
Yeah, I think you do take something positive from this game. As strange as it may sound, with the 7 goals, as Caimero was looking for a 4th for Sevilla. Lopez not forced into a save this time. Di Maria lines up the shot. Oh, it was the attempted, well, successful nutmeg, but there was another player behind to prevent Di Maria from doing any more with that ball, but still Real Madrid in possession with Marcelo. Marcelo plays a delightful ball in, just a little flick on there that stopped Ronaldo from getting there, but it's picked up. Oh, a little misunderstanding. Arbeloa, hey, Arbeloa! Oh, Arbeloa almost had a shot there.
I thought I was going to be eating my words there.
Benzema. And I just wonder whether Benzema, another example there, as was Di Maria moments ago, that when you get to this scoreline, each player just says, well, I want a goal now, and could have got one from Arbeloa. Into the last minute of the 90, there'll probably be 3 minutes added on. We've had a full set of substitutions from both managers. That normally gives us 3 minutes. Won't complain about that. Although it is rather late in Spain, midnight we've hit, and the fans here will be they'll just be so happy though, won't they, to have been here to witness this, Pete?
Well, it makes up, doesn't it, for losing against Barcelona at the weekend, and that's saying something, because that really hurts. But that's all forgotten now. This has been a tremendous performance, and it's what they love here. They love to see the goals going in, even if they're going in at the other end as well.
Real Madrid will make the short trip to Vallecas at the weekend to take on the Bucaneros and Rayo Vallecano. Sevilla entertain Luis Enrique's Celta Vigo. Both teams in European action next week, so this game would have taken a little bit out on their legs, but they've got time to recover.
Well, you mentioned before the game started that Sevilla, of course, season started so early because they're in the Europa League, which is a curse of a competition unless you get to the final stages.
Exactly. This is the 18th game of the season. We're still in October. It does seem like a lot of games as the ball's played in, cleared by Nico Parejo on loan from Spartak Moscow, and Real Madrid, though, will get a chance to play it back in. Benzema, nice little flick there towards Ronaldo. Bale just hovering in the middle. Marcelo, well, it's, as I said, it's that kind of game now where all of the players are kind of saying, well, I'm near the edge of the area, we're 4 goals to the good, what does it matter if I blast it and miss? If I score, I'll be happy, and that'll keep the fans off, well, not off my back, but it'll keep them on my side. And they're all having to go. Bale now. Bale plays a lovely ball in towards Benzema. It's just cut out by it was Navarro.
We've got a great title race in our hands this season, I think, because Atletico Madrid joining the party, and they've started so well, and I think they're going to last the distance, maybe not win it, but going to go all the way. And Real Madrid, as we've seen tonight, are clearly not out of it, despite their 6-point gap. They're reduced to 6 now, of course, after winning this one.
And Barca, it's strange to talk about. I mean, this is a strange country at times. Barca clearly top of the table, and yet there's
not convincing.
Not convincing, yes. And but that's partly to do with the fact that sometimes they don't play as Barca are supposed to play, according to recent years' experience. Oh, there's a free kick on the edge of the area. There's a chance for an 8th. Who's going to take this one? I think it'll be Bale, will it? 'Cause
slightly to his side, isn't it? Slightly favours the left foot, although Ronaldo's immediately got hold of the ball.
Well, I just think, let's have a Teletubby moment. Come on, Ronaldo, you did it before. You've got to be able to say, come on, Gareth. Look, that's Arbeloa saying, I want my goal. I want my goal.
I'm not sure if Arbeloa is telling Ronaldo he should let Bale take it, or...
And Ramos is having a word as well, and they're all just smiling as if to say, what, you really think Ronaldo's not going to take this? I think he's... Oh, poor Gareth. He's walking away. He said, I wanted my hat-trick. There's a few whistles as well. I think a lot of people wanted Bale to take this one, and Gareth's walked away. Is Ronaldo going to slip the ball out to him? Oh, or is Sergio Ramos, because he makes his own mind up about things. So we're fascinated now. Who's going to take the free kick? Who's going to really have a goal?
Xabi Alonso, maybe. No.
And Xabi Alonso's there. Sergio Ramos! And it was a fine save from Beto that stopped Sergio Ramos from adding an 8th goal. What a fascinating game of football we've enjoyed this evening. It was 3 goals to Real Madrid that started us off. 2 goals pulled back just before half-time by Sevilla. That was almost an 8th for Real Madrid at the end. But in the second half, Benzema and Ronaldo established a 3-goal lead. There was a moment when Rakitic pulled it back to 2 that we were thinking, well, what's going to happen next? Well, there was a sending off against Sevilla, Mbia going off, and then Ronaldo and Benzema making it 6 and 7-3 in the end. And crazy game, but very entertaining.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.
Tonight, live from 7:30, Newcastle takes on the undefeated Central Coast.
What a start for the Mariners! A quick-fire double from Emil Heskey, and they're going mad!
Every game, live in HD on Fox Sports.
Crash landed. 2 confirmed survivors. Everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans. Fear is not real.
I'm not a coward!
It is a product of our imagination. But fear is a choice.
What was I supposed to do?
Do you know where we are?
No, sir.
This is Earth.
Foxmobile, Ref Cam, Corner Post Cam, the Foxcopter, closer than ever before. You're watching Fox Sports.
This program brought to you by